everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the AGT podcast. I am back this week, the usual host Anthony, and I'm joined by two guests that haven't been on the podcast before. One being Brooke.
Hello.
And the other being Sina.
Hello.
And this week, we're going to try and make up whatever destruction Ty and Frankie caused last week by having just a normal episode. It was a normal chat with these two lovely guests. So, firstly, Brooke, tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of what games you play, what you've been enjoying playing at the minute, and what your favourite game of all time is. I know it's a loaded question, but consider it's your first time on. I think it's only fair.
Yeah, that's no problem. So, where to start? So, I'm just going to start with the basics. I'm 23 years old, and I'm just going to start with the favourite game of all time is Battlefield. Well, just Battlefield Hard Company, I'd say. I love the Battlefield series, apart from Battlefield 5, which was pretty trash, in my opinion. Currently, I play Valorant, and I also play Knockout City, which is a new game that has just been released on Steam, Epic Games, and Origin as well. That's a fantastic game.
It's pretty fun. It is pretty fun. I think we'll talk about that because we played a little bit during the week and we won, which is always impressive for me. So, Sina, exactly the same question to you.
Yeah, sure. So I'm going to bring up the same exact answer as well. I'm 23 years old as well as Brooke. My favorite game to this day was the Metro franchise, but then it's going to change maybe because I played Days Gone a couple of days ago, and I'm in love with it at the moment.
Yeah, it's that good.
Is it good? It's excellent in any way.
Oh, see, I've got it. Not played it, ever.
Why?
Maybe I don't know, just a lot on the backlog. I just have a lot on the backlog that I need to play, and Days Gone was just... I don't know, I never heard anything like stand out about it. In my head, I thought it was just like I don't know, another zombie game.
Well, after today, what I'm about to tell you, you're going to go ahead and play it.
Okay, because I know it came to PC, over the past few weeks, right? A few weeks ago?
Yeah,
and I assume that's why a couple more people are talking about it.
Yeah.
But Metro used to be your favourite game?
Yes.
Oh. Which one?
Metro 2033, Metro Redux, Metro Exodus. They're just amazing. Like, on the story side and on the gameplay side, it's just unique. And you feel like you're part of the characters.
Which was the latest one?
The latest one was Exodus.
That's the one, yeah. I saw a trailer for that when it was on sale. I was like, I'm going to pick this up. Because I think I bought Last Light.
Oh yeah, Last Light as well.
I think I bought Last Light and never played it.
That's really good too.
It's a common theme with me.
Oh yeah, you just buy and you don't play.
I get games that look good and then I never play them.
You should.
Yeah, apparently. Brooke is just deadly silent. It's really scary.
No, I'm here. I'm just listening.
He's just listening
taking
in.
everything
He's
in.
just taking it all in. He's getting ready to be like, well, I hate Metro. And then we'll be like, what do we do?
Actually, I love Metro.
Oh,
the Metro Exodus was my favorite, mainly because the storyline, the graphics it really did hit me. The only thing that did let me down about Metro Exodus was the fact that I was hoping for a more bit of open world kind of a thing. So once you played the campaign, you can kind of go back. But Metro Exodus, once you've played the campaign, that is it. That is the end. To go back to previous or favorite parts of the story, to maps, you have to either reload or select a mission again.
Yeah, true.
It's somewhat of a rarity now, linear games like that, isn't it? Yeah. Where you don't revisit areas. But I guess it's nice because it's constant progression. And I kind of like that. I got flagged up the other day for someone just turned to me and went, do you just not like RPGs? And I do. I'm just very selective about the ones that keep me hooked.
That's true.
Yeah.
I sometimes just like being told what to do and get put in a level. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't need open world and stuff to enjoy a game. I recently saw Vanquish.
Vanquish?
I don't know if either of you have played Vanquish.
I haven't even heard of it.
Oh my! It's a. I think it's Sega and Platinum Games made it. Same people who made. Oh, I might be so wrong. And Bayonetta. It's like the same people. Vanquish. It's like it's a shooter. It is a shooter. You have like an Iron Man suit sort of thing, and it's really good.
Yeah, futuristic, jumping about kind of thing, and
it's great.
third person.
It's great. Yeah, Vanquish is like it's not the best game I've ever played, but you know, it's just fun.
Is it single player or is it like?
No, it's single player.
Oh, okay.
It's way before the Battle Royale. It's like it's an old game. They've just seemingly remade it or something for the newer consoles. It's definitely worth the price though when it's on sale. I think it's on Steam as well.
It is on Steam.
It's just a fun shooter with cheesy dialogue.
It looks good.
It is good. It is really good.
Yeah, it does look good.
It reminds me of like an arcade shooter that you do, like some of the bosses and stuff where you just have to shoot weak points. But simple fun is sometimes the best kind of fun. Now, I completely forgot about this when we went into the lead up. Have either of you played Ninja Gaiden?
No.
Oh my... What? Oh.
Where are you bringing up these games from?
I know. I can't believe I've never played Ninja Gaiden. No, Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden. Got it on Steam already. Just have a look.
Yeah, is it the remasters or the collection? Because the collection's coming out in about 2 weeks, I think, 3 weeks.
Oh wow!
It's the Master Collection.
Yeah, and these games are games I like grew up with on the Xbox, and they're like really good. It's a hack and slash.
Yeah.
It's a hack and slash with just
yeah.
bosses, and it's like a futuristic world, but you're still a ninja. It's all a bit weird. But no, that game's tough but fun. That's as Souls-like as a game as I will play, because I don't play Souls-like games. But it's good. I can't believe you've never heard of it. It really, really ruins my topic when you've never heard of it. We'll definitely.
I don't do slasher games. Not me.
Yeah, I've got someone who plays shooters here, and someone who plays. Well, you know, you've said Metro, but you play racing games as well, don't you, Sina?
Yeah, I do.
There's just so many different types of games in there.
Any of you guys play your horror games?
Oh yes,
No.
I do. 100%.
Besides Resident Evil Village at the minute, no, I do not.
One of the games. Well, I played all of them, but it's Dead Space.
Oh yeah.
I played Dead
Right.
Space. I played Dead Space.
Like when that came out in the day, I was terrified. I was so goddamn scared. And people that say, "No, I weren't scared," you're lying. Okay, you're lying. That stuff was terrifying, man.
Yeah.
I was screaming at the top of my lungs.
The only one I was able to play like properly to a good bit in was the third one because it was the least scary.
Oh yeah.
I really like some aspects of the third one though, like the little scavenger drone and the creative like add-ons to your weapons and stuff.
Yeah,
I thought that was really cool. It just wasn't in the best of the Dead Space games. Like, if it was in number 2 or 1, I'd like that they would be just amazing games, like even more so. God, Dead Space is a bit of a dead franchise now, isn't it?
It is.
It
It's
is.
been a long time.
It really died. Like, I remember when the third one came out and people were like, oh, this is it.
When did the third one came out?
Must have been, I'm going to guess 2014, but I could be entirely wrong. However, Brooke has been on Steam, I can tell, this past bit, so he probably can Google it.
They really should make another one though.
Yeah, even if they reboot it, because
It has potential.
it's a space zombie game. They try to stick with one main character, and I think you don't have to go with another character experience in it.
Yeah.
True.
I don't remember enough about Dead Space to give a good idea.
So the first Dead Space came out in 2008.
Yeah, when was the third one though?
The third one.
I'm going with
was
2014. It was around the same time as SimCity, I think.
Dead Space 3 came out in 5th of February 2013.
I was a year.
Close.
Close.
You've actually like taken me aback because I completely forgot the Dead Space franchise existed, and that's actually probably what we're going to try and think of now for this podcast of like franchise that have like not died, but just never, I don't know, just disappeared off the face of everything.
You know what they should do?
Go on, Brooke.
They should put VR in it.
Oh my god.
No, they should not. I would cry. I think I would actually cry. Like,
With a massive warning at the front of it. If you suffer from heart conditions, don't play this game because we're not liable.
yeah.
Man, do you have a dish with? I mean, Death Wish. You don't have a Death
Dish
Wish.
Wish?
Dish wish.
Hey, you got yourself a dish wish over there.
There's a lot of like, I don't know, games that seemingly couldn't come into the current generation. The one I've seen reported on quite a bit though that might be finally is Jet Set Radio, another Sega game that you probably don't know now I've said it out loud.
Nope, but it came out in 2012.
Oh wow.
Ah, perfect. These sorts of games are just like, I don't know, you know, party games and stuff don't seem to get revitalized anymore. Like, but I saw Bomberman on the PlayStation 4 and I bought it. I thought Bomberman's not worth £45 though, or however much it is. Like, as fun as it is, you can't play that game for that sort of price. And I think it is killing off party games in general. Like Trivia Pursuit, unless it's like £10, I'm never going to buy.
Oh my.
Mario Party is a tough one because Mario Party is really fun, but only if you have access to, you and 3 other people constantly. And I think with COVID and stuff, it's been difficult to say you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, in order to play it?
Well, to play it, you don't want to play against the AI on Mario Party, do you?
Yeah, you need friends, Sina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
So you mean
Sina.
I don't have... Okay, I see how it is.
Well, you seem confused by the whole aspect of having friends. It just seems like a you problem.
I know I play racing games, but that doesn't mean I don't have friends.
So how seriously do you play racing games? Like,
okay, I'm not like I want to be the best driver and win every competition, but I really do like the fact that you can do car meets, I don't know, show off your cars to your friends and do a little bit of cruising around, especially in games that have open world, like in Forza, for example. That's just fun for me. I don't know.
car meets and stuff sounds like such a gross thing that doesn't interest me at all. I'm like,
Wow.
do I go meet up in our cars? I'm like,
So
no.
then you have no taste in cars then, I
No,
guess. Okay,
I don't.
see how
That's
is.
it. That is it. I don't have any taste in cars. I don't understand cars. Whereas if someone was like, do you want to meet up in, say Warzone? I'd be like, oh yeah, let's go. Like,
Come on.
I'd love to be, I'm just not good enough at knowing cars. It requires outsider knowledge, if you know what I mean, to play a game like Forza.
Not really.
Yeah, it does, because
No.
someone will be like, oh, what car's that? And I'll be like, I don't know, one with 4 wheels.
Yeah,
You just,
that's what I'm like.
you just play enough to know what it is.
Yeah, I've played racing games before, like Need for Speed Heat, and when you were saying like, yeah, everyone shows off the cars, I'm normally that idiot friend that just goes, oh yeah, you're all parked neatly in a line, let me change that, and just crash into everyone.
No, you actually ruin everything then. You're that guy. That really hurt.
You're having a good time, not anymore.
Okay,
Yeet.
next time I'm not going to invite you then.
Yeah, that hurt. So, I know we're going to talk about the Dead franchise games, but I want to do something on that maybe down the line as a podcast and get a lot of people on and talk about a franchise that they're going to have to test each other on and whether we've heard of it. For this though, obviously we wanted to come in and speak about Knockout City because you really like it, Brooke.
Yeah, it is. It's addictive. For the people that have played CSGo and other competitive shooter games, when you like, even when you get absolutely clapped in a game and you're like, God damn it, I hate it so much, you rage, but then you're like, what are you doing today? I'm going to go back and play CSGO. It's like that. The game's it's so addictive. Like playing it yesterday with me and a mate called Alex out of the GP group, and when you could turn into a ball,
Yeah.
and if you hold left click, you can turn him into a bomb and throw him. I pressed the wrong button and threw him out the map.
Oh no.
But it was really funny. It was really funny. It was like, I'm ball, and then just pressed the wrong button, and I just yeeted it into the abyss of the map, and I was like, anyway.
But you've paid for it now, even though the trial's not over. You've paid what, like £18 for it?
I think it is.
That's insane, by the way, Sina. I'm going to tell you right now.
It's £17.99.
Right, £18 then.
£18, yeah. I save a penny, shut up.
Because I think me, you, and Tom played it, and I was still on the fence of being like, I really enjoy playing it, especially when you're with 2 other people who kind of are on the same wavelength as you. It's nice and satisfying, but where does it go? Like Fall Guys had the issue. ARMS that Nintendo released had the issue. When they release it and it's a good idea and it's fun and it plays well, but what's next in terms of, do they eventually make a Knockout City 2, or do they just try and grow Knockout City 1 to try and be like a live service for years?
I think they are probably going to do, because it's hugely active at the moment, like hugely active.
But that is because it's free.
Well, yeah, at the moment it is free, but I'd say further on down the line they're going to be coming up with some new maps, and hopefully there's going to be some, because there's some maps at the moment where you can take piping to go from one map to the other.
It needs more of that. It needs a lot more of that.
Yeah, it needs some more crazy jump pads and different abilities and stuff. But there are a lot of abilities in game as it is. To me as well, I don't think I've even played all the maps yet. I still think there's quite a few maps out there that I still haven't played.
I don't know. We'll have to play, because I've played all the maps now, I think, available to casual. I don't know if ranked has different maps or not. Are you at a level now where we can play ranked together?
Yeah, I think I'm level 23 or something.
Okay, yeah, wow. we definitely can play ranked then. You're 10 levels above me. Oh no, you won't be 10. We played yesterday or whenever it was. And we played Sina, me, Brooke and Tom. And we actually crushed it. Like, working as a team on that game is one of the most satisfying things. I'll definitely agree with you there, Brooke, in terms of like if you work together, it definitely does feel a bit like a CSGo round where, you know, it's over in 30 seconds because you just all pinpoint did it. When you start like demolishing the opponent, like on Knockout City, it's very difficult for them to recover.
Yeah, it is.
So what you're trying to say is that you guys played without inviting me. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying, Sina. We thought, should we get Sina in? And then we all decided, no. Why would we do that to ourselves? That's what we said.
Why would we bring ourselves down to a...
This is the bully I deal with every day.
We'd be stuck in cash. We'd be stuck in casual there.
Stuck in training, more like.
Oh, we can play outside of the work day. I really like it. I think it reminds me a lot of ARMS and Splatoon. I think just because of the urban city environment.
Yeah.
Like, it reminds me of them and Sunset Overdrive, you know, just that sort of vibe. But I'd love for it to be something good and be worth £18, because I am going to be upset when the trial ends, because I'm not going to buy it straight away anyway. So, but there are going to be days where I'm like, oh, I'd love to hop on Knockout City. But there's never going to be a day where I'm going to be like, well, let me just, you know, put £18 to play a couple of games with Brooke and then get bored again.
Understandable.
Yeah, it's just, even the game modes, there's what, 3 of them or 4 of them, but 3 of them are the same thing, just being a knockout system, but with just less players. They need a battle royale.
Ooh.
That'd be great.
That'd be interesting.
Imagine having 100 people in that map, Brooke.
I don't know how it's gonna work.
That'd be the best.
I'm just trying to think, because in Knockout City you can press space to jump, and then you can either press E or Q to either. I think Q is like you do like a roll jump. It's like a secondary jump, and if you throw while doing that, while you press Q, you basically do a power lob over. But if you press E, you actually curve the ball. So
that'd be insane.
I don't know. I don't really fancy.
I'm not talking like 100 people. Maybe like, but you know, like a squad, like a bigger lobby, a bigger map. Obviously, it wouldn't be on the one small map. Even if it's just a combination of all the maps, like the Fortnite map almost, or like what the old Call of Duty Zombies was on Black Ops 2.
Maybe if they add one more player, but like the way I'm thinking is, like, if you have like 40 people on a map. That's just too much. That's too many balls.
I just think that there needs to be a level of not intenseness, but when it's 3v3, it feels a bit too small. It's like there's nothing grander than that at the minute, game mode wise.
Yeah.
Whereas if you could do like even if it was add an extra team and it was 3 teams on a map, like
but
no, it would be hectic. It would be hectic, and I would never expect that to be in ranked play. But as a game mode,
we all struggle when they throw the ball at us and there's 3 of them. Can you imagine 40 balls coming at you?
I really think it would just counteract with the 3 teams. Or if you had 3 teams of like 3, so 9 obviously. If you had that, it would counteract when you get spawn jumped by 3 players on the opposite team at once.
Oh God,
true.
Because there'd be another team trying to get them as well.
We're missing a very important point.
Go for it.
You could pick friendlies up as a ball, charge them to turn into a nuke.
Yeah, that is.
40 nukes.
Yeah, maybe that would have to. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. In the battle royale, that'd be hilarious if everyone just did that. That'd be meta.
I haven't seen that.
just nuke everything. Just do it. It's fine.
So Sina, we know you've not played it, but you have watched at least bits on the game, right?
Yeah, I've watched it over on Twitch.
Have you downloaded the game?
No, I haven't.
You've watched people on Twitch play it? What's the viewership like? I haven't watched anyone on Twitch play
It's actually decent. Well, at least the people I watched, they have like at least 1,000 views.
It's a new EA game, I guess. It was bound to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's pretty exciting. It's a game that I guess can run on any PC system.
Yeah. Definitely can. I just for the sake of, even if you had to play on low graphics, I don't think you'd notice much difference.
Yeah,
if you
that's
know
the
what I mean.
cartoonish style.
Yeah, all of the load is just from how intense everything is, as opposed to like the graphical, I guess, demands.
Yeah.
And the controller support works perfectly fine, which is a big deal.
Ooh,
I use controller on the PC. I've yet to use keyboard and mouse. You use keyboard and mouse, don't you, Brooke?
Yeah, I do.
Have you tried using a controller?
No, I
was going to see which one your preference was, because I use keyboard and mouse for PC games usually, but I really just think it lends itself to a controller, Knockout City.
I forbid myself from using a controller. I can't. It's like a vampire in holy water. I can't touch a controller. I can't. I just can't.
Well, I play my PC more than the PlayStation 5 right now, so I'd never used a controller if I didn't use my controller for PC games.
I mean, you can still use controller on PC anyway.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So that's the only time I use the PlayStation controller right now.
Oh.
But it works well, because I tried playing an older game. Oh, I played Left 4 Dead 2 earlier in the week with some of the guys. Oh, and it has control. Sorry, Sina, you weren't invited to that either.
I'm alright.
And it had a controller support, but that was not real controller support. The controller support for Left 4 Dead 2 is horrendous.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't ever recommend anyone using that on PC.
No, I want to try it.
It was because the right thumbstick wasn't aim. It was like you were still using the mouse, so it had the acceleration and stuff. It was weird. Yeah, it wasn't fun.
So you had to have one hand on the controller, one hand on the mouse then?
No. So the right thumbstick was the mouse still. It's to look around, but you know, like if you play on a console, it usually is a bit. I guess it has more of a dead zone.
Okay.
It was just a bit of a weird one.
I should try it though. I like
definitely give it a go.
Shit like that.
Yeah, give it a go, and you'll get back to me and be like, yeah, we'll never playing that, because I couldn't even get through the first 2 minutes of it. I was just I couldn't do it. Left 4 Dead 2 is always a game that's I've never really loved.
What?
No, well. Let me finish this. Let me finish this. Let me finish it.
Go on then.
I've always liked it, but back maybe 2015, when it was every time Watch Mojo or Smosh Games or anyone would do a video of, top 10 sequels we need, and Left 4 Dead 3 was always there at number 1. I was like, is it though? Is that the thing we need?
It's coming out.
Well, Back 4 Blood, and
because they can't use the Left 4 Dead name because it's copyrighted.
Even though even though it's the same poster and font and color scheme and everything. Yeah. I think I've spoken about this already in another podcast, so I'm not going to again. I think it shows when they've been allowed to do whatever they wanted, they decided to do Left 4 Dead again, and I don't know if that says a lot about them or not. We'll have to wait and see if it's good. The fact it's coming out for £60 or whatever, it's not worth that. It's not worth it. It's not. It's never. Left 4 Dead 2 was never worth that amount.
The only games, in my opinion, that are actually worth that amount of money is the Battlefield genre.
Oh, this guy. Battlefield is the only games that are worth it. What about God of War? God of War Ragnarok's definitely going to be worth it.
God of War is pretty fun.
Yeah.
I do like God of War.
So, I played Left 4 Dead with the guys with some mods, obviously. I think the mods are the thing that make it, still fun to play. I just think there's more fun co-op zombie games. Dying Light.
Oh.
Even Dead Island, which is a broken mess, is so funny to play.
Dying Light is not a broken mess. How dare you?
Dying Light isn't. Dead Island is.
Dead Island. Yeah,
but Dead Island is still more fun. Like, I think I'd rather hop in that and do some quests and just slap some zombies up than play Left 4 Dead 2. And Left 4 Dead 2 also does the worst sin of any game. Most games do it back in around that time, where they have film grain as a graphical option.
Yeah,
I turn that off so quickly because it's just absolutely no need for it.
That and motion blur.
Oh, motion blur is the worst.
Motion blur.
It's a sin. It's a sin, isn't it? That any game. It's like, yeah, but look, it's realistic. It's like, it's not though, is it? It's just annoying. And you'll know, Brooke, because you play obviously online, especially competitive shooters.
Yeah, you don't want motion blur.
You don't want motion blur. You don't really want head bobbing. You don't want any sort of any animation that you can turn off. If it's mandatory, fine. But if you can turn it off, by default, it probably should be off.
Yeah.
Because
You know the funny thing is as
go
well.
on.
You got all these like, graphic settings, this graphic setting, but I just hit my microphone.
Yeah, that's unhelpful.
great.
This could be a loud.
Literally just the thought that came to my head is just like, you got all these games and some of them are pretty good, and then the funny thing is you have a look at previous games where they have battle passes and you can buy loot boxes to get different skins and stuff, and it makes you think, with all these money that the companies make, surely they should be able to do a better goddamn job of their games, right? Before releasing them.
Well, I'm excited to try because the next, what's it called? The next PS Plus game is Star Wars Squadrons, and I was never going to buy that because I thought I can't spend money on a game that's just the space combat, like online space combat. But if it's free on PS Plus, I heard it got quite good reviews of it being like a good EA game. It just wasn't a full game. It didn't have enough to it. But if it's free, I'm going to be so excited to play that. You better believe it.
Yeah,
like I can't wait to play that. We'll hop in that as well, Brooke and Sina, if you get it.
Oh wow, you almost just said Brooke. Wow.
Yeah, well, I said Brooke first. No, I said Brooke first. No, I don't know about that.
It's a usual thing. Yeah, it's
No,
okay.
it's
I'm
not.
used to it.
No,
used to
it
it.
is
Don't worry
not.
about it.
Oh my god. But yeah, the Star Wars Squadrons is like, it's a game that I've not looked at much on because as soon as I heard it was all right, I was like, I'm going to play it at some point. I'm going to get it at some point. And now I'm surprised it's already been the PS Plus game, but I guess when it's purely online, they need players to keep the servers up.
Yeah, true.
But I just don't know. I hope it is good. I hope like EA might be like, oh, Knockout City, Star Wars Squadrons. This might be the idea they go for, these small team-based online games. Didn't they do it with was it a basketball one recently that they've done it with as well? I might be entirely wrong. I can't remember. I don't want to keep us, just on dead air trying to think. But,
MK220 Shabalaba Ding Dong something basketball. I don't know.
yeah, perfect. That's it.
NBA
That is it.
2K, is it?
No, it won't be.
That's the
That'd be
one.
made by 2K, guys. Come on, use your heads.
That
That wouldn't be made by EA, would it?
no.
But in general, I'm just thinking, is that where their mindset is at? Even games like, Titanfall, just online though. I know the second one had a single player, but just online multiplayer mini team kind of scraps.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just where EA are thinking of going in terms of just churning stuff out to try and hit market trends.
Yeah, I think we should have a moment of silence for Titanfall 2, by the way. That came out on Steam recently. Because,
Yeah.
have you heard about that one?
No, people really love that game, and I always try and get into it, but I'm too late. I'm definitely too late, aren't I?
Are you serious?
It is a good game, but I've heard, I'll have to definitely get it up at the moment, but I was hearing from a few friends of mine that there's a bit of a hacking problem on the game at the moment. Not hacking as in cheating, but hacking as in blacklisted, and it doesn't matter if you change accounts.
Oh, wow.
You will still get blacklisted.
Oh, wow.
As
okay.
well. It's an actual hacker, and there's a lot of speculation around it. Some people think that it's to do with one of the devs or something of the game, or the programmers or ex-programmer of the game.
Oh, wow.
But,
that's a salty person if it is. That is a salty employee.
Yeah.
Wow.
but that's what people think. People think it's just a salty guy that played the game, wasn't good at it, hacked it, just normal aimbot, and then eventually evolved into actually ruining servers for the game.
He literally became like Neo in the Matrix, and he just took over everything. Oh no, poor everyone.
Imagine the power to do that.
I know, just being like, you know what? Let's just take over everything. I can't even imagine how like power hungry some of these people are, and how not sad, because obviously some people when they hack have good intentions, but like Call of Duty hackers are a great example, and they like aimbot or whatever on Warzone.
Oh yeah.
It's sad.
That is sad, because like, who are you kidding?
But you know
Like,
what's more sad? Just hacking in what was that game? Oh god, I can't remember the name of it.
I can hear you clicking. See?
Oh, sorry. You know that game? Oh god, why I can't remember it. Fall Guys.
My Little Pony Adventure Playground.
You know how
Just me?
some
Okay.
people just used to hack in Fall Guys? Like that's even
Yeah.
more sad.
Oh yeah, that was
Hang on,
massively
wait.
sad.
Hold on. There was a hack. There's hackers in Fall Guys.
There was
Yes.
a massive hacker problem in Fall Guys where they would just fly to the end and stuff.
Yes.
It was a huge problem. It was why Fall Guys dropped off the face of the earth even when it was still free. Like,
Jesus Christ.
I'm surprised you don't know.
yeah, it was huge because I remember I played Fall Guys again recently because I was like, is it any good now? And it is, because it's not getting as much attention as it once was. And they're obviously, they got such a big amount of hype that they weren't able to control it. They weren't prepared for it, and that really stopped them going to the lengths they needed to. I think if they were prepared, if Fall Guys was prepared and knew, okay, we're going to eventually need a season 2 in 2 months' time to stop hackers, to change the map so people don't get bored, I think Fall Guys would have overtaken Among Us in terms of, amount of people playing it and popularity. But I think just because they weren't ready and because they were a small company and they released the game on PS Plus like the first month the game was out, they just got such a huge flood of players that I don't think they could handle it. And they just got swamped, and too many people got, well, I'm not playing this again, as opposed to, I'm going to stick with this for a bit. Because I went back to it, and now there's like a squads game mode where you can play with your friends, like specifically, and try and win together, which was needed. That was needed in the very beginning of the game. Because as soon as Twitch picks up a game like that, you need a squads mode. Yeah. Because if not, you're really restricting people to be solo or to stream snipe or to do anything that ruins the person playing by themselves.
100%.
Yeah, that's true. I did actually. I was contemplating on playing Fall Guys, but when I was watching it, when you got to try and get to the end to qualify, and then I seen that people can grab you.
Yeah, they can grab and stop you. Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely pop some blood vessels playing this game. Like, it's gonna get me so hot headed. I tell you,
it does get you hot headed, and I think that's another reason why the squad mode is at least. I haven't played squad mode because I don't have a squad to play Fall Guys with anymore.
I think it'd be more enjoyable if you could punch people.
Yeah, but imagine how annoyed you get. The worst bit is because people who aren't bothered about winning, their instant goal then is to stop anyone else who is bothered about winning. Like,
to ruin everybody else's fun.
Yeah. Because you have
That's
people.
kind of me.
Yeah, but you have people on Fall Guys, say, who wait before the finish line, and then before you cross it, they grab you. And it's the most infuriating thing, because they would gladly sacrifice themselves not crossing it just to stop someone who would have qualified. Yeah, it's upsetting. Because I've had it happen where I laugh at it and I go, well, this person is an arse, but fair play. And then, but some days when, if it's the first round, it doesn't matter because you just restart and you're back at the first round. If you're 3 rounds in, I would pop. I'd have an aneurysm.
You're just like, I'm gonna DDoS your doorbell in a minute.
Yeah, I'd be like, there's no way. I've got a recording of it where I got onto the final round and it was like the total wipeout thing where it was the spinning hammer that goes around in a circle. You've got to jump over it or duck under it. It was that. Got to the final round with someone. He got hit 3 times and his model just stayed deadly still. And I was like, he's a hacker. And my whole world crumbled around me. I thought, I've lost because he can't lose. And then the floor collapsed beneath him and his dude was just floating there still. And I was like, oh, it's over for me. I've come second. This dude has done nothing all game. He just has hacked it so that he doesn't lose. I threw my controller because I was like, I've spent however long getting to this point to get one-on-one with this dude to suddenly realize no matter how well I play, I can't beat him.
Yeah,
and I just wanted to.
Can you like grabbed onto him and just stayed there? Or?
No, because it was the platforms beneath us were falling, so the grab mechanic in Fall Guys, you can only hold on for several seconds and then it lets go. So as soon as if I was holding him, as soon as it lets go, I would have just fallen through the floor and gone. He was literally just floating midair, and anytime the hammer hit him, it just went through him. Like his character didn't budge, and it should have knocked him off the platform so that he lost. And I was like, oh, it's the end for me. It is actually the end. I've never been more upset, like, on a casual game ever. Because it's more the time, isn't it? It's when you commit time to it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing that matters. In Fortnite and stuff, I went on Fortnite last week. This is all about revisiting, like, popular games, because I've tried doing it. I've tried to find, games that I thought, oh, these are quite good. I came back on Fortnite. That game's crazy now. I don't know if... Yeah, there's dinosaurs and stuff.
Is it not dead anymore?
Typical Fortnite.
What? No, there's like... Yeah, there's dinosaurs, there's quest givers on the map, there's like a crafting system, a bit like, I think it was called Royale used to have, where you can like specifically craft your weapon into a better rarity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good mechanics. I believe they're all good
okay.
mechanics. Like, I don't think they're bad, but it was overwhelming trying to get. Like,
I'm not
into
much
it.
of a Fortnite fan. I don't like the whole building side of it.
Exactly.
I don't
I
mind
like the
building
when I
side.
think of battle royale, I think of straightforward aiming, shooting, that sort of skill, knowing positions. Not, man, I don't know. Fortnite kind of it just doesn't suit me. That's
Yeah.
it. It just doesn't suit me with the whole building thing. I'm like,
I mean, don't get me wrong.
just hate
It's. I mean, they had to come up with an idea that's unique. It's not like in any other battle royale game. So building is a unique thing to have a battle compared to any other battle royale game.
That's it. Yeah.
But I mean, there are people who just doesn't like it just because it's their personality. They
That's
they
okay,
just can't do
but
it.
I think they were okay with it. I think Fortnite kind of leaned into the fact that they were like, people aren't going to like the building side of it. So instead of us making it easier, we'll just accept that people aren't going to. And instead of coming up with a counter, those who can't do it will just have to play another game. As opposed to trying to, pander to everyone, they were just like, we're not going to ruin it because this is, like you said, this is the one unique thing about our game. And this is what Fortnite was prior to it being a battle royale. Yeah. The single player aspect of the game that came out first was all about, building a base.
Speaking of the single player,
look at this. Look at that transition. Yeah, that transition, bro. This guy's a pro.
Well, no, honestly, they couple of times they promised they're gonna make single player for free for everyone, so everyone can play it.
But that they did promise that. No, which is weird because I actually think it interests me as a premise because it is co-op, and I think it'd be quite a fun zombie game. Just like make a fort and shoot stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would rather play that than the actual multiplayer. It's just during the time of when I was playing Fortnite, I was playing a lot of CSGo as well. And as you know, with the weapons in CSGO, they have a spray pattern. And Fortnite does not have a spray pattern. It feels kind of random where the bullets are going.
Yeah.
In a way, which really I was sitting there like, what the hell am I even doing?
It does, doesn't it? But if I remember correctly, it becomes more and more random the more you like the spray pattern yourself. If you spray, it's random, but you can do the precision shot where if you aim in long enough, the crosshair zones in and like hits exactly where you're aiming. Which is obviously there's definitely a different mechanic to it, which is it's fun to learn. I enjoyed learning it. I enjoyed learning Fortnite shooting than I've ever enjoyed trying to learn CSGO spray patterns. I hate CSGO spray patterns.
Yeah, I'd rather learn the spray patterns. Fortnite, when I was literally playing Fortnite, I was playing it for about a few hours. Actually, I was playing it a few days with me and my mates, and I was like, "Yeah, screw this, uninstall, go back to. I'll go back to a man's game. CS:GO, a man's game." No, CSGO, I've always tried to get into. I'm not good at it, but it's one of them that I enjoy playing with friends. Then I had a little spell where I was good at it.
Yeah.
Hopped out of it. And then it's just like, there's so many aspects of CSGO that make you feel good, getting like getting a quick kill or an easy kill or covering your angles perfectly. Yeah, getting an ace.
Yeah.
Where you're like, yes, this is why I play this game. This is why I do it. But then there's times where you're like, the P90 comes to my mind. Trying to spray with that gun is, I'd rather just not do it ever because...
Oh, you don't spray on CSGO? Nah, it's always a P90 and rush B. Go, no stop, rush B.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think...
That is literally it.
Yeah, I struggle to stick with CSGO as fun as I do find it, and then I always get worse at it. So I just stay off of it. Whereas Fortnite... I found myself enjoying solos and quads and duos a lot more. Whereas, in fact, I still think that about Fortnite in terms of quads. I'd rather play Fortnite quads than Warzone quads. Whereas Warzone, I like Warzone duos, maybe trios. Quads, no. I think...
Yeah. Do you think it has anything to do with third person or first person?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
I think it has something to do with that and ammo count.
Yeah.
I think you'll be able to attest for this, Brooke. Quads on Warzone means you're never gonna be able to put people down without reloading at least once. If you come across a team and your team's a little bit further away or around the corner, even if you're a better shooter than all of them, you're not putting down all of them because you have to reload because of the health versus the ammo counter in, say, your SMG or whatever.
Yeah.
That's why I prefer solo playing.
Yeah,
because then all you got to worry about is just
One-on-one,
and him.
yeah.
You don't have to worry about, I shot him. Where's the other bloody 5 guys around me? Or anything like
That's
that.
why I will always stick to duos or solos on Warzone, because as soon as you realize as soon as you put one guy down or, one person down, they're on the mic saying he's right there. You've got another 2 people who know exactly where you are, but you don't know where they are.
Exactly.
And you instantly are at odds with them. And that's why I prefer Fortnite, because of the third person aspect. You have a bit more peripheral, as well as the shield aspect. I just think Fortnite's quads is better.
Once if CSGo had like Battle Royale.
Oh no, I'd hate that. I'd hate it.
You'd hate it? It's already there.
No.
There is a Battle Royale for CSGO.
I'd still hate it.
Nah, it can't be.
Wait, you don't know?
That was just a joke, man.
No way.
It was so bad.
No,
it wasn't, really.
That was a joke. Yeah, CSGO can never be Battle Royale.
But
the movement's too slow. You can't really sprint in CSGO. It'd take you 30 minutes to get from one end to the map to the bloody other.
Did you actually play
What's it?
The Battle Royale on CSGO?
I never knew there was a Battle Royale on CSGO.
Yes, there was. I actually played it as well. Yes, I actually won one.
No, there wasn't.
There was. Like, it came out like a year ago or something.
You're thinking of...
No, I'm not. Oh my god. Okay, I'll show you proof after this podcast.
8 minutes of CSGO Danger Zone.
Danger Zone, there we go.
Danger Zone.
Is it
What's Danger Zone?
I actually don't know if it's called Danger Zone.
Anyway, whilst we think about this, please enjoy hearing from our sponsors for this week's podcast.
Hello, boys and girls of the internet. This podcast is sponsored by Apparel 5. Apparel 5 are the cutting edge of teamwear and apparel design, making you look good anywhere at any time. If you buy now, you can even get the summer deal. Get it now while it lasts at www.apparel5 for your merchandising needs. Oh ho ho ho, we can't forget about the Strive group. They utilize education to create changes in the world. Strive also offers a range of training programs, assessments, and constitution services to ensure your organization is seen as an employer of choice within your sector. If you want more information about that, just check out www.strive2work.uk. And that's about it, really. Let's get back to the podcast now.
And we are back. Thank you for that. Obviously, we did some looking. We're still not sure what the CSGO Battle Royale that Sina's made up is. But
I'm watching it now. I think Google is listening to us because as soon as I clicked on the video, guess what came up as an advert?
No, it didn't.
Back for Blood.
Oh, no.
Is it Back for Blood?
Yeah,
that zombie one. Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my god, what? I want to play this CSGO Battle Royale. Looks cool now.
Sounds horrendous. It sounds horrendous. It's like a Gary's Mod one. Oh, Gary's Mod. Did we all play Gary's Mod at one point or another?
Yeah, we all play Gary's Mod. Bro, I actually put in some time into some Dark RP servers.
I used to love Dark RP.
It was so good. I was actually an admin for a few big Dark RP servers as well. I was a bit of a badmin.
Yeah, I can imagine you were, Brooke. You would be the person that would annoy me so much, on Dark RP. I'd just be
I only did it for the money.
Yeah,
that's the thing. he killed me on sight. I don't give a damn. I don't care.
Sina,
I don't care.
Do you ever play Gary's Mod, Sina?
Yes, of course.
You say that, but some people now I speak to, and it wasn't their first game on Steam. I'm like, how, when you've got Steam, did your friends not say, you've got to buy Gary's Mod with the Counter-Strike Source bundle? How were they not the two things you had to buy?
Yeah.
That was just like the deal, and then you're like, oh yeah, now I'm going to go play Trouble in Terrorist Town. Like, that was how it all went. They were the best times. I've not been on Gary's Mod since, a long time
Honestly,
now.
the only...
Take me back to the good old days.
The only game mode that I played in Gary's Mod was the Death Run, and I enjoyed that so
Why?
much.
Could you not just play Counter-Strike for Death Run?
Yeah, I guess I could, but no matter what, it was fun anyway.
Counter-Strike, Gary's Mod had some great game modes for a little bit, like Ultimate Chimera Hunt, obviously Trouble in Terrorist Town,
Prop Hunt,
obviously, what a big one Prop Hunt was. What's it? Flood was quite fun.
Flood. Yeah. Wait, Flood was the one where you had to build a boat, right?
Yeah. That was really fun.
That was it.
Wow,
memories.
Yeah, Gmod was everything, wasn't it? It really. I can't believe I can't believe I ever stopped playing it. To be honest, you know, it just. I don't even know how like popular it is now. Because, like I said, when I speak to people now who have Steam, a lot of them don't have Gary's Mod, and it blows my mind.
Yeah.
That it's like surely you should have it just for the sake of if you could only afford one game, you'd want the game that incorporates all these different game modes.
I mean, it even went to sale a couple of times for like less than £4 or something.
Yeah, it's always on sale because of how just necessary it is.
Yeah.
Gary's Mod. We need to play Gary's Mod now.
Invite me.
Anytime I come out of these podcasts, it's always like, I'm going to go play this now. I'm going to go play it.
Adamo Gaming Dark RP server, question?
Oh, don't even. I would be on there so quickly. Wow.
What have you done in the work today?
We'll have to look. Yeah, we'll have to look at the Dark RP server. We'll have to look into it. Oh, I'd love that so much. Just being the police or something. That'd be great.
That was so cool.
But you say server, right? And then I think of a GTA 5 roleplay, something I really like. And I was wondering, can Adamo have like a server for a GTA 5 roleplay where we can just make content in there?
Have you seen some of the intros for GTA 5 RP? When joining servers, some of them are like, man, how much money did you spend on this? Because it's actually really good.
GTA 5 RP. I think Gmod would be our first start, you know, community-wise, and then to grow.
Yeah, 2 against 1. Sure.
Yeah. But also, Gmod is just a bit more, as great as GTA 5 is, Gmod's a bit more, I guess, outrageous in the sense of,
it's a lot of freedom.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a lot of freedom in Gmod. You just like, you spawn into GTA 5, go get a job and
follow
stuff.
Too many rules almost. Like real life,
Yeah.
it's good RP. I've always wanted to play GTA 5 RP because of you have to follow the rules. Gmod just is chaos.
Gmod's but it's good chaos.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you could spawn in. All right, I'm going to be a gunman. I'm going to sell guns to people, so then they're going to kill each other with them and stuff like that. And then you could walk into the town square and someone's just built a massive statue of Gabe Newell.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, I'm going to go this way. What's around the corner? Oh, just a bunch of dead, like, what are them things called?
Head
again?
crabs.
Head crabs and ant lions all over the place, and like what? And then some guys selling the meat,
Yeah.
the head crabs to eat and stuff.
You come across some real weirdos on Gary's Mod. Like some real weirdos. No, some real strangers like Brooke.
What do you mean? I wasn't doing anything bad, I swear.
No, that's what it is. You come across Brooke and you think, oh my god, I'm leaving the server. I miss games like that. Like Gary's Mod is such an iconic one. I'm trying to think what else. Like
I've hosted numerous gaming servers in the past. I could host a Dark RP Gary's Mod server.
Like a YouTube, not in its heyday, because everyone will always say different heydays, but like 2013 to 2016, like Gary's Mod, probably, well, not Half-Life, but Dead. What's the word? Left 4 Dead 2 is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
what about Rust?
Rust, yeah. Well, Rust is revived, isn't it? Rust is coming back.
So, Rust is a good game. It is a really good game. But I'd say the only problem is Rust, and this is someone that's over 1,000+ hours in Rust, and loads, and half of that is server hosting and stuff. Like, it's extremely toxic.
Yeah, it is.
Extremely toxic. And
do you remember when DayZ was a thing before it became a standalone game? Like when it was just a mod for Armour, but like before the standalone existed. Wow, that was one of the big things for YouTube and streamers. DayZ was huge.
Still, sometimes they stream it.
Good.
Like I've seen Shroud stream it a couple of times with his friends.
I don't remember I remember when it got the standalone release, and I bought it. I pre-ordered it because I didn't want to play Armour because that game is buggy as anything when it has mods. So I was like, I'll just get a standalone DayZ. And Dean Rocket Hall, or whatever he's called, Dean Hall, is basically like early mode Todd Howard in terms of how he just knew what to say to his like consumers to get them to buy a game and then never touch it again. He was just like, this is it.
The only thing... Yeah, exactly. Like the only thing that's keeping DayZ alive right now is the modding community.
Which is crazy because it was a mod.
Yeah.
It's just insane. It should never have got it. Like, it's no different. Them releasing it standalone hasn't improved the game. It's no different than when it was just a mod for Armour.
Yeah.
But whenever I think of Rust, I always think of DayZ and how popular they were and how they were meant to, like, you know, shoot for the moon.
Yeah, exactly.
They just kind of didn't. Like, Rust dropped off for a good while. I know Rust, like I said, I know Rust is gaining popularity again, especially with the console release. But it really did drop off for about a year and a half at least, of like YouTubers not touching it. I didn't touch it. I bought it when it was in beta or something. Never didn't touch it again. It just flopped. I don't know whether it was because of. It's probably just because YouTubers not doing it anymore.
Yeah, there's more. It's more streamers now. Than ever before, but I'm kind of glad with the whole I'm glad that they've released a console edition, but I'm even more glad that the consoles are on their own server away from the PC group.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know
the PC
that.
away from the console group. Yeah, it has to be, because with the console you have the reduced the recoil effect with certain guns, and with console maybe having, I don't know what it is in Rust, I haven't really done much research on it, but I think they do have some form of aim assist when it's coming to it, but that's on their servers and stuff. If it was against PC, it'd be unfair, because they would be able to have the reduced recoil for the certain guns, where the PC have to learn that recoil as well.
Do you remember? Right, okay, I'm going to go through, I'm looking at my Steam library right now, and we're going to go through all of these games that died off that had a glimpse of popularity, and I wonder if either of you has played them. So Ace of Spades, Arma 3, but Ace of Spades, I'm going to go off back. It was like a first person shooter, but it was like block world, like Minecraft a little bit. None of these. Anti-Hero never picked up, which was a shame. Obviously, Arma 3, I don't know. I don't think it ever was as big as Arma 2. It was big Arma 3, but I don't think it ever got as much attraction as Arma 2 did.
Arma 3 was, I think it was bigger than Arma 2, I'd say. Yeah, I've got the amount of time I've put into it, I was a part of like numerous servers, and where the players are, it's in the RP section of the game. You get a lot of 100 players in, it's like, where is it, like King of the Hill kind of a game.
Yeah.
And they're pretty good. You've always got like full servers, but where all the players were, it was in like Arma 3 UK, RP and stuff like that. Literally 1,533 hours. All that is, well, I'd say half of that is in a good amount of time. Me being an editor and making missions, because I love doing that. The editor was so fun in Arma 3.
I mean, when it comes to Arma, I've heard that from a lot of people say that Arma 2 was way better for roleplay.
That's what I've always heard, and that's what I remembered seeing. Like, not as in like a better, which is a better game. I've always heard, like, I don't doubt Arma 3 is a better game. I just never remember ever seeing content Arma 3 related compared to how much Arma 2 I ever saw.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of, YouTube, Twitch, everything, I always saw, whether it was Combined Arms or whatever the DLC was, people just seemed to, it used to be on my recommended a lot more than Arma 3 was.
Yeah.
God, what was
The servers are better. The mods work better for some reason. I don't know why. It shouldn't be like that, but it is.
Yeah. Guns of Icarus Online was one that really upset me, because that could have been so good. I don't know if either of you played that. That was like a blimp multiplayer.
I don't know what that is.
No, that was like a blimp multiplayer game that was like really, really something. It's like I think JonTron even did like a sponsored video on it, and that's when I thought, okay, people are going to start playing this, and they just never did. I was very upset. I bought it. I paid money for it. That's what always upsets me with these games, when I pay money for them and nothing ever comes of them. Oh, the big one that I remember, because I didn't have a great computer at the time, and it was riding off the DayZ hype, funnily enough, was Unturned. That was like a Minecraft zombie game.
Yeah, it was the blocky one, wasn't it? Yeah. I've played that for a fair amount of time, but the crafting, I was like, what the hell's going on with the goddamn crafting in this game?
Yeah, and then nothing again. It just never did anything with it, to the point where I was like, oh, let's stick with Unturned. I was like, nah, I'm moving on to another game now.
For all of you PC gamers that are like used to play Valve a lot of Valve games in the past, does Team Fortress 2 bring back a lot of good memories?
Ooh.
Yeah, it brings back great memories, even though I was never very good at it.
Medic.
I was never good. I always played Medic. Spy!
Bro, I was a sniper main, and I was really.
The
good
only
at it as well.
time
Loved
the only
it.
reason I ever used the sniper was because I unlocked. It was new at the time. I unlocked the bow and arrow, and I was like, I'm
Yeah, that's
using
so
this.
fun.
I'm using the sniper. I'm using the bow and arrow. This is the only reason I want this.
Was it the bow
Otherwise-
and arrow or was it the crossbow?
No, he had a bow and arrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you couldn't aim down sights of it or anything, but yeah, he had a bow and arrow. It was really old. That's a memory. I remember getting it and be like, okay, I'm going to use this, and then being like, oh, this is my least favorite class. Like it, I just wish I loved it more. I used to play like pyro and medic because pyro doesn't require the aim, and medic you just uber charge people. You know, it's not.
When
That's
you're
all
a
you gotta do.
medic, you have so many bodyguards.
Yeah, you do. You really do. You have more than the
you do.
payload. You have you always have a heavy next to you looking to give you like just protect you when he's uber charged. It's like, this is what I'm here for.
And you always have that one guy that's been hurt for 1 HP.
Wants that help. He wants that.
Medic, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. I do admit, TF2 is a big one that I'm like. Now that you've said it, I'm like, I just want to hop on.
Yeah, same. I want to play it. I could never play as spy as well. Spy for me was a very patient thing. Whether me as a sniper, I'd just rather just jump in, shoot someone, and run away real quick.
But if you're good at the spy,
plus-
you're gonna trigger a lot of people.
Yeah, people hated the spy.
Yeah, they hated the spy, especially pyros, man. Pyro spy checking everything.
The worst thing I remember is when I had it. Like I said, I had a bad PC, and sometimes it'd be laggy or whatever, whether for internet or graphics. And obviously the scout was the quickest character in the game, and I would just get meleeed all the time by a scout, and it would just be the worst thing. Like,
Oh my god.
it just made me want to cry and leave and never play TF2 again. And then obviously I'd still play it. I'd come back to it.
When the scout uses that ball, hits you with it,
Yeah.
stuns you. So then he does the animation
the
to kill you.
baseball!
It's
Baseball was the worst.
it's just ultimate toxicity. It's like you get stunned, and then he uses the taunt to kill you,
Yeah.
and it's just okay.
Oh.
It really did allow people to just be pains in the ass. That game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
So
that was the
good,
fun
though.
about it.
Do you ever play on some of them surf maps as well on Team Fortress 2? Some of them.
Surf maps and rocket jump maps
Yeah.
were the two I could never do.
Oh,
People used to love doing rocket jumps as a soldier. I couldn't do it. It used to upset me because I was like, I'd look at it and be like, it's such a simple concept, you know, just shoot at the floor, you shoot the rocket at the floor, you go flying up.
Well,
I
basically,
couldn't do it.
you gotta first jump and then shoot the ground.
Yeah, I knew. I just didn't shoot my feet. No, I knew that. But like, as a concept, it is so simple. Yet some of the maps I couldn't do, and I'd watch all my friends do it, and it would infuriate me that they were better than me.
yeah.
But that was also because of an immaturity thing. But I wish. Like, I don't even, because I've not been on it in forever. I don't even know how popular TF2 still is.
Still play it, people.
It must be a little bit because it's free.
Oh yeah, it is. So let's again.
Yeah.
But yeah, God, I'd love to go back and play TF2. So we'll have to do that at some point, actually. As
Definitely
well.
invite
I'm
me.
loving this podcast. This is definitely just getting. Yeah, we can get a team of TF2, surely.
Sure.
And then there's just like when you're bored and you've played enough Team Fortress 2, so then what I used to do is I used to watch all of the Meet the Medic, Meet the Spy.
I
all them
love that because I always remember the Meet the Pyro one where it's like, that freak's not in here, is he? And that was the best. The Meet the Pyro was one of my favorite videos because that's around the same time I stopped playing. Was when the Pyro got the trombone or whatever it was.
The trombone flamethrower.
Yeah, and it obviously changed his vision to Pyro vision. Or you... and then Man vs. Machine came out, and I never played it.
I played a bit of that. It was all right, but like you have to pick like. It's definitely with a group of friends or something. You can't do it solo.
Yeah.
And it's like you got to pick the right classes.
I was gonna say I constantly just picked the engineer.
Screwed.
I remember playing it. I never played it with a full party or won it, but I did actually play it because I only remember being like, "Oh, I can't
Engineer's
do
great.
this, so I'm gonna have to put a turret down as the engineer to help me out."
Was it the gladiator stuff or something different?
No, it was it was like a horde mode where they'd come through and try to get to the end of the map.
Oh, yes, I remember.
You have to stop the big bombers
Yeah.
blowing up the core and stuff. Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Oh,
That was a few
The
years
nostalgia.
ago. Yeah, that's what it was. This has become purely just like looking through the Steam library and nostalgia. But
It's another good game.
again,
that you
these
might have
are
heard
these
of.
are like your functioning ones for Steam. Go on, Brooke.
Sorry about that.
No, go on.
I have lost the game. Oh, there it is. Bully. Does anyone
Yeah,
know Bully?
of course. We never called it. It wasn't Bully in the UK, though. It's Canis Canem or whatever it's called. It's not.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
it is
so.
Canis Canem. We never called it. Well, not as in. I grew up always calling it Bully because I don't know how I knew that's what it was, but I never called it by its UK name.
What is the UK name for it?
Canis Canem or whatever the name of the school is. Yeah, I'm gonna say Canis Canem because that's how I remember it being spelled. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but what a game that was by, like, because that every year gets rumored to be remade. Every year they talk about a Bully remaster.
Yeah, it'd be so, because I've tried to play it on the PC, but it crashes and it's a fatal crash as well. It's not. Yeah, I remember playing it on PlayStation 2 and I loved it. And for some reason, I have Shrek 5 in my Steam library.
Shrek 5?
Apparently, yeah.
Wait, what? I want Shrek 5.
Apparently, yeah. It's like, what the hell? I've never played this.
Amazing.
Do you ever just look down your Steam library and say, "Okay, I've never played that game before. Where the hell's that come from?"
Yeah, many a time. I have a game. The first game on my list. I'm not going to say it. It's just called for the Awesome.
I think it's the game devs. Yeah, I think it's the game devs just change the game, and then you just look at it and it's like, what the hell is that?
Well, this is Humble Bundle's fault. I used to just buy everything off the Humble Bundle whenever it was like, on sale, and then just to get my library up, and now it's ridiculously like stacked with games I've not got a minute in. Payday 2 is one of them. Payday 2 I have 3 minutes in, and it was the loading screen, and then I quit. I was like, I know. I got Payday 2 because people told me, it'll be better than Payday 1. And I was like, it might be, but I didn't really enjoy Payday 1.
I never played Payday 1. I just played Payday 2 straight away.
Is Payday 2 good?
I mean, I personally spent like at least 3,000 hours on it.
What? What?
Okay, so you've had your fair share. Please enlighten us.
I played for like 5 years. Okay, so that's not much compared to.
Of course it is. What do you mean? Does the game really have that much content in it?
Okay, not lately. Well, they brought some content, but people keep saying a dead game. Well, it is because people like me are not playing it anymore.
Yeah.
But like, let's just say 5 years ago, when I was playing it actively every day. It's just a game where you can be like creative in any way you want in every mission.
They've been shunned though, aren't they? The Overkill or whoever make it, they've been shunned a little bit by the gaming audience because of, they said there was never going to be microtransactions, didn't they? And then on day one there was, and then they made the Left 4 Dead game, Left 4 Dead Outbreak or something. It was Overkill. Yeah, Overkill. I can't get this wrong because there was too many. Survival Instinct they didn't make, but that was a bad Left 4 Dead. What am I talking about? What's the series called? The Walking Dead.
No.
The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah.
There you go. You got
there. That's what the series is called.
I was so excited about it, and then it just.
It flopped. Yeah, I remember people talking about Overkill's The Walking Dead. They had the audacity to call it Overkill's The Walking Dead on the box. Well, that's embarrassing, putting your own name on it, and then it be atrocious. The Walking Dead.
Payday 2 came out in 2013.
Oh my goodness. We are talking about all these games from the same time period.
There is another game that dwarfs Payday 2. Sorry, Sina, because you love Payday 2. It's actually older than Payday 2, and it still has over the thousands of players today.
Wow.
And that is PlanetSide 2.
Oh yeah. I
PlanetSide 2.
played my fair share of PlanetSide 2.
I haven't played
That
it.
game, I've been a part of some battles on that, and you're thinking, oh my god, grab the bloody popcorn.
Yeah, PlanetSide 2.
Oh, it's so good.
I wish PlanetSide 2 had a stronger marketing campaign so people knew about it still, because you don't see anything about PlanetSide anywhere now, and all it needs, especially with COVID, telling people it's a free-to-play giant online war going on, surely PlanetSide would have reached such an influx of players, and it would have, because that was the one issue, is you'd have different factions with very few players on at times, so nothing would ever progress. During COVID, everything would have constantly progressed. It would have reached its maximum player count ever, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Football Manager did, and Total War did. Like, these are games that when you know you have hours to commit to a cause, you're going to do it. So, I just never see anything. Like, even YouTube ads and stuff, I don't see PlanetSide 2 anyway. Like, until you said it then, I was like, I forgot about that. And I used to play hours, like, loads of it.
There was so you got PlanetSide 2, and then they actually did release another game based on PlanetSide and stuff, and it was from the same devs, but it was like a PlanetSide battle royale team thing, and it died.
Yeah,
it died so quick.
I can imagine.
It was absolutely terrible. It died so quick. I think it's been removed from Steam. That's how crappy it did.
My God.
That's how crappy it did. Well,
not that crappy, doesn't it?
I think now you've got me wanting to go now and play so many like different games. So I want to actually thank you two for joining me this week on the AGT podcast. 2 new guests is always nice and refreshing.
I was just about to say another game as well. New one that came out that we discussed, and it was.
No.
I love it. I gotta say it. It's and I forgot the name.
Look at this.
Thank you.
Look at this. He's wanted to say it so bad. You don't even know the name of the game.
It's the new game, the bikers and the zombies and stuff. You shoot things,
No idea what you're
things
talking
and
about.
stuff.
No idea what you're
Days
talking
Gone,
about.
yeah.
No idea what you're talking about.
Mate,
Good thing
that
you brought
game,
it up.
loved it.
I was going to talk about it too.
Yeah,
That's because you both played it. Right. Well, what do you want to say about Days 2? I was going to end it, but if you don't want to end it just yet, go for it. What do you want to say about Days Gone?
Days Gone is a game that you need to know. Like, the storyline is great. I mean, I'm not going to reveal.
Yeah, don't, because I'm going to play it if it is really good.
I enjoyed the storyline. At some parts of the story, I was like, okay, that's a bit weird. And then at the end of the story, I was like, what the hell? Something happened. I was literally upset.
Oh my God.
And then there's a big reveal, and I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
I'm happy
exactly.
again.
Same feeling.
I can't. It sounds stupid when I'm talking about it, not actually labeling it, but honestly, I recommend Days Gone. It is a good.
Biggest
game.
question. Biggest question.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
How's the PC port?
It's okay. There's not. I wouldn't say there's any problems with it. There is a few There's a few bugs within the game where enemies they don't spawn in the right place, or you got a guy just T-posing on top of the tent.
Oh, we love to see it. We love to see that. Yeah.
I didn't have that issue at all.
That's the only problem I've come across. The game is fine. It can be a little bit. I was going to say, is repetitive the good? No, not repetitive.
Repetitive?
Just driving around on the bike, going from one location to the other. It can be a bit boring like that, but once you get the upgrades for the bike and the progression, and there's a certain part of the storyline as well where you think, okay, this is the end. That's Days Gone's finished. Cool. And then boom, they hit you with a second part of the story. I'm just like, oh my God, it's not over. And it's like 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
From my point of view, I would say I didn't experience any bug whatsoever. Maybe I got lucky. I don't know. The story is really a roller coaster of emotions. It's a lot of fun. You feel like you're part of the characters, like you're there in the story. You feel every single character, how they are. You feel like you have a very specific relationship with them. Yeah. And it's just really nice. And optimization in this game is actually really good. I've never dropped below 100 FPS.
Yeah, FPS is always high.
Are you sponsored, both of you? Are you sponsored by Days Gone? Because I've never heard anyone hype this game up as much as you two right now.
Listen.
Okay, Sina, this is about time we leave.
I will definitely give it a play, and I'll also discuss it when I do get around to it. Sure. I'm on a backlog of Horizon, but I don't feel like playing Horizon ever, so it'll probably just be straight to Days Gone.
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. But seriously, thank you two for joining me on this week's episode of the AGT podcast. Problem. I've had a great time. Please, we've spent a lot of time discussing like necessities in the Steam library, but please down below leave a comment if you think there's any that we missed off that everybody should have in their Steam library. Yeah. And we'll catch you next week. Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.